We live.
All right. One of you brothers check the stream on your phone, Uncle Show. That'd be your job, brother. Check the stream. Just put it up to your ear. Make sure you can hear us good. All right. Shalom, shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming back at you another weekend and prophesy the downfall and total annihilation of this wicked, simple kingdom called America. Right. Before we go any further, we have all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, a great millstone for teaching us to want to say truth according to the bottom rule well, and peace and blessings to the collective of the nation of Israel. Right, as you can see, the times that we're living in, right, the time of the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, deemed by the elder apostle Dahar, the head of a great millstone, who's the head of all Israel today, whether you can receive it or not. And we're living in a time where the God of the Bible is going to come back and start to judge this wicked, sinful kingdom called America, right? So we're going to get into it, and the Lord's will in this camp blessing is edifying.
Right. This is 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 1. Without the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
That's right. Talking to the brethren, the believers in Yahweh Shema Shai. You know that any day now, Yahweh Shai can make his second return. Peter told us, you know, while we measure the times, to what? To be in a godly manner, right? Holy conversation, right? So as we are looking and reading the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai, we know how close the end is, right? We see this Elon Musk is about to start getting a lot of attention in the media, right? Now that DJ Trump, you know, has now been picked, you know, for his presidency of 2025, you know, and onwards, right? So we're gonna start seeing more of a technological, more of a technocracy, right? We're coming to those times. Yeah, we're gonna.
1 Thessalonians 5, verse 1.
I was gonna say technological advancements, you know.
1 Thessalonians 5, verse 1. Without the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
That's right. The brothers are watching, right? We understand the Lord ain't gonna make. He ain't gonna give you a day, an hour, and a minute down to the second, and when he's gonna come back. You know, get Matthew 24. You know, you can start at 3. The disciples came to him privately.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
That's right. So the disciples wanted to know when the end of the world was going to be, right? And you should have that same mindset if you want to be a disciple of Yahweh Shai, right? In order for you to be a disciple of the Lord, you got to come under his discipline and learn of his ways and follow him and do the things that he commands you to do and be consistent in that work. Right, as many as believe in Yahweh Shai, to them gave you power to become the sons of God. So now we're becoming the sons of God again. You know, Yahshua, the princes of the power. Right, and now that we know who we are, we have identified who we are in these last days, the role that we play in the movie. We must come out here in great boldness, right, and call out to our people. The place, this is the church. Right? This is the church calling them to come in, right? Come in to the knowledge of who you are, right? And to repent. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. And that word world in Matthew 24 and 3 is going to, you know, pretty much eon, which is a time period.
That's right.
You know, because Hollywood would tell you the whole earth's going to be destroyed. Mm-hmm. That's not the case with the Lord's program. Mm-hmm. You know, it says shall create a new heavens and new earth. Not literal sense, meaning refresh the Lord into it, you know, the rulership. It's going to be on the Al-Bashar Shah and his men.
This is 2nd Ezra 4 and 37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times, and he does not move nor stir them until the said measures be fulfilled. You know, so the Lord, you has everything happening in this order. The Great Awakening, men waking up, coming back to the knowledge in this grace period to now, you know, back in the day, the apostles understood what the MOT to the B is, but it wasn't really speaking in the earth. But now we're hearing rumors of the MOT to the B. We're hearing talkings about, this Neuralink technology, which performs miracles upon the people. That people are going to look towards, as a savior during these times. Right? Everyone realizes how messed up the situation there is. They're just distracting themselves and they're looking for some type of savior, some type of, let's say, pseudo salvation. I believe pseudo is a Greek word that means false. Right? A false salvation.
Matthew 24 and verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Yeah, take heed, right? When you take heed to something, right, it means you not only hear someone's instructions, but you actually follow those instructions, right? So you have to take heed, right, to the instructions of Yahweh Shema Shai to make sure that no man deceives you, thinking that Jacob's trouble is gay, right? Thinking that the name of Yahweh Shema Shai isn't important to be called upon, right? And you have these Christians, these Christianers, these anti-Mashiachium, right? They're through out here. Basically telling you don't gotta do nothing. God, the Bible says all you gotta do is accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. You're gonna be saved from this pre-tribulation rapture. All this nonsense that they push, to lull our people back to sleep when they should be waking up. You got it.
Matthew 24 verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many.
Many shall come saying that we've been anointed, we've been blessed with the knowledge and the insight of Yahweh Shema Shai, and this is why you should listen to us, because I'm going to the Bible and reading out to you, or I'm such a great person, I have high status and wealth, and this is why you should listen to me, right? And they're saying they're the Mashiach, they're the anointed ones that have been given the answers of how to fix this world, and that's far from the truth, right? The men of Yahweh Shema Shai, the men of Great Millstone, the men you see out here, in season, out of season, week in and week out, breaking down the scriptures to you, in all sincerity.
So Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
Now that, they say Trump's come into office, you got China, hitting up America, saying that we're very happy with the decision you all made. We're looking to make some peace deals, right? You're hearing about these wars ending, right? Because back when Trump was in office the first time, you gotta remember North Korea was popping off. Right, and that was a rumor of war. Those were talkings about a future war, right? And then what? Where the hell has North Korea been now? They haven't shot missiles, off the coast of Hawaii in the wild. Because these are just talkings. These are things to keep people in fear, keep people on edge, to keep the minds of the people, right? That's what these psychological war is all about. This is a war of the mind. Right? You gotta know these nations, according to Psalms 83, want to cut off the seed of Israel from remembrance. So a lot of propaganda is being pushed in the media and the news to keep the average people on edge. But this truth gives us the insight about what the will of the Lord is and what's really going to be done.
Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
That's right. We're seeing these things, right? The whole thing with Ukraine, Israel getting bombed, Israel bombing Hamas, right? All these things are just rumors of war, but the end is not yet, right? That's the MOT to the B. The final prophecy, right, still has to be fulfilled, right? And this man Esau Edom, right, is still getting his pieces in order. you have a game called chess. You have the opening, you have the mid game, and you have the end game. LA is good. Then you have the end game. You know, so here it is. You know, we're coming into that end game, right? But even at the end game, it could be multiple moves, especially when it's very thought out. You know, you see chess nowadays. There's a lot more thought and theory to it. A lot, you know, and it's increased the knowledge of it, right? So the possible moves are, you know, it's a lot that can happen. We're gonna see how the Lord. Scripture say we see through a glass hardly, you know. But when we get there, it's gonna be like this is it. Yeah,
Yep. Matthew 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
And this is the kind of thing. Oh, sorry, you had we had you had back in you know, the scamdemic, which was nothing but, as we call it, a scamdemic because it was a taking a transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich, right? Destroying the middle class, you know, because the scriptures talk about in Revelation 13, rich and poor, free and bond. There isn't going to be a middle class when this new order is ready to be established. It's going to be those who are so hard depending on this system, and the rich that have bought into this system. You got the rich of this, you know, billionaires buying into this new world, right? This new order to be established. They see how useless you people are, right? And then what? You're going to have the believers of Yahweh Shema Shai standing on faith, trusting in the Lord. You know, that's the wild card. You know, those are going to be the ones. You know how in the presidential races, you got like, who's this nigga? I didn't hear about him, but he's on the ballot. You know? Well, the men of the Lord, the believers of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, we're that other candidate to rule this planet Earth, the world to come. Because Yahweh Shai is coming back with a new order, you know, to change things and reestablish it as it was in the beginning. You know, when Adam was on the earth. Righteousness is going to conquer the earth.
Yep. Matthew 24, verse 8.
3 verse 17.
Yes, sir. I got your
Okay.
Yes. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
That's right. There should be famines, right? That's what a lot of shortages gotta come. You know, where people don't have the proper resources, you know, to survive. That's what's coming. You know, everybody's so pressed about, you know, folly and having fun. They don't realize that a time when you don't have, there's gonna come a time where the supply chain is gonna break down. You know, you're not gonna have any food in your local grocery stores because it's gonna be hoarded. You know, you might have a malicious group go post up outside of Walmart and be like, "Yo, what's up? What you need here? What's your business here?" You know, trucks aren't gonna be coming in. You know, we're gonna see how Yahweh Shema Shai does this thing, of course. You know, but scriptures say there's gonna be a famine. You know, a scarcity of food. Some are gonna have food, some aren't. You got it, brother?
This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old.
That's right. The prophets that have been before Jeremiah, you know, in the days of old, right, are back once again in their lot in these last days. You know, trusting in Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, doing the will of the Lord, as Jeremiah was made a prophet unto the nations. You know, and after this one, we'll get that Jeremiah 1 and 9.
Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries.
That's right. Their duty was to prophesy, which to prophesy means to say before. You know, and to proclaim something, to speak something that's going to happen. You know, that's a very bold thing to do. You know, when those accusers were when those false accusers came in Yahweh Shai, he said that he was going to destroy the temple and rebuild it on the third day. You know, what he said, had power, and it was a very bold. Words have power, right? And as much as you believe in those words, that dictates how much power those words have over your life, right? So we believe in the words of Yahweh by Shema Shai, and that's what gives us the power to get through the things that we're going through, right? Because we believe that the end is going to come and that this kingdom isn't going to reign forever. That righteousness is going to be reestablished, right? And we are literally speaking the end of America into existence. Thus saith the Holy Bible.
Yeah, brother. Jeremiah 28, verse 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
That's why you got war, right? You got one people fighting against another with swords in their hand. Right here, skirmishes on the streets, which or major cities, these metropolis cities. Right? The scriptures say those that escape the hunger, the sword shall destroy. Right? The scriptures talk about how those that be in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour them. Those that be in the field shall die by the sword. Right? The third woe, nuclear destruction. This is what's coming. It says war, famine. What is it? Con. There it is, famine again. Famine is coming. And it's nothing for a famine to happen. You had people scared with the foremen, over here on the East Coast with the dock workers. People were afraid that famine was going to happen. Look what happened in South Carolina during that hurricane, which, the lines, I think it was a 45-minute wait just to get inside of Walmart. Just to get inside the store. What do you think happened in Asheville in those mountains? When they were cut off, they said all entrances, the Lord destroyed every entrance into the city. To where you can't get in or out. Man shall be desired to go into a city and shall not be able. They show you in these different movies like The Dark Knight Joker, where they, I believe in New York City, it's either 18 or 21 bridges to get in and out of the city. 18, and those bridges, they're destroyed. How are you going to, get in and out? What about when traffic picks up? For brothers that seen the traffic in Tampa, you're not going to be able to get in and out. The roads, floods. If people were wise and working together, everyone would just march out of the city. That would be a wise thing to do. It would keep traffic flowing. People march out of the city, but people are going to drive their cars and block up the path. That's literally what's going to happen. Now people are stuck there. Now people got to stay there. You see a nigga on an electric bike, you trying to catch up, and take his bike. You got it, brother.
Just a quick one, then I'll get that.
Yeah, go on.
It's Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I'm come to destroy the law or the prophets.
There's a light-skinned thing on every corner.
Everything's like a program at the same time. Pull up on that way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I don't be recognizing people. If I don't, I remember faces, but I don't care about you. I don't recognize them. It's the bike. It's a red. This girl, we must be famous over here. See, we must be famous. Smile out.
That's you. That's when Jake grabbed Isaiah phone. Matthew 5 and 17. Yeah. Think not that I'm come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am come not to destroy, but to fulfill.
That's right. So this is what Yahweh Shai is speaking on it?
Yeah, because that's what Yahweh Shai prophesied of. So going to the law and the prophets. So things were spoken of in Jeremiah and Isaiah. The Lord didn't come to do away when Isaiah said, I seen the earth roll together like a scroll. He came to fulfill that. So the Lord ultimately is backing up, the prophecies, because he said ultimately it's written of him.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I was thinking about that. In Hebrews, or in Psalms 40, lo, I come in the volume of the book to do thy will, O Lord. That's what Yahushua came to do. He came to push. He came to forward the future. In order for Isaiah to come to pass, like brothers going into the nuclear destruction, Yahushua had to come. So he came to fulfill the things leading up to the future prophecy.
Matthew 5:18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
That's right, one jot or one tittle. Down to the very last detail of what's written to happen is going to happen. And Yahweh Shema Shah is going to fulfill it.
Got it? Okay, Jeremiah 1 and 9.
Yeah. Verse 9 and 10.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 9, and it reads, Then the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, said unto me,
That's right, so the Lord had put forth his hand, and given his message, to his mouthpiece in these last days, his servants the prophets, right? These are not our words. The Lord has put these words in our mouth, right? This is not something that we decide to come up to. There's a reason why you see the fervency and the consistency of the men of the Lord out here in the highways and hedges. Like Jeremiah says later in his book, there was a fire that burned within him, and he was consumed, and he couldn't keep silent, right? Because now is not the time to keep silent. You read about Jonah, he wanted to keep silent, But no, in Amos, right? He said, I wasn't a prophet, neither was I a prophet's son, but I was a herdsman, I was a keeper of sheep. But the Lord put the Spirit on me to come out here and curse you out. Yeah, brother.
It reads on, And Yahweh said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down.
Yeah, to root out. Because here it is, you have a farmer, brothers who understand a little bit of husbandry. When you put that seed into the ground until those roots get into the ground, it's susceptible to be washed away. Right? So the root of wickedness that has been sown in the earth is being uprooted. This kingdom, this wicked, sinful kingdom, to the very foundation, Babylon the Great. It says to root out. What else to say, brother?
To root out and to pull down.
We're pulling down. Thank you, brother. We're pulling down the stronghold and lies of Babylon the Great. We're pulling these strongholds down. That's why a lot of people are privy to things that they were ignorant of. The quality of food that you're eating. Esau eating the pharmakia. That goes on in this society that's supposed to better you, right? Esau, a lot of people are starting to see, and here it is. Why they ain't right no more? Anyone who voted for DJ, our boy DJ Trump is looked at as a bigot. I don't know if that's the right word. Pretty much, like a bigot. Someone who is the R word, the ist word, right? And if you didn't vote for the black woman, you an idiot. Brothers saw the clips. I really think, you had an Elamite woman on her video saying, I really think this is gonna break me and my parents up this time because they just don't know what they voted for. What do you mean these niggas don't know what they voted for? They know what they voted for. They don't understand. So you see that division being sown. Oh, you guys just don't understand my perspective. When people have blinders on, niggas got blindfolds on, like, you see that sunrise? Yeah, I see it, Niggas don't really, they can't see anything, but they think that darkness that they're seeing is their light. It's so bugged out here. Read again, that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 10 from the top, and it reads, See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms.
Yeah, so the prophets we've been given authority over the nations, over the kingdoms. So who are the top men on earth today? The prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're the Lord's ambassadors. We've come as prisoners of war to America to let you know, like, look, this is what our king is about to do. You know, are you ready to surrender? Are you ready to bow down to Yahweh Shai? And the elitist society and how they're moving, they're not ready to bow down. They're actually, okay, well, you guys, they're actually gearing up to fight this war of Yahweh Shai coming back. You know, they got the message, and now they're continuing and gearing up for war. So now we, as the ambassadors, we're just his representatives. Now the heavenly host is going to come in and sweep this kingdom away. You got it, brother.
To root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
To build and to plant. So what's being builded instead of this wicked, sinful kingdom? The kingdom of heaven, right? Which is the kingdom of Israel. It's not for everybody. Everybody want to go to heaven, but you're going to be there. But what's going to be your position, right? The kingdom of heaven is going to be here on earth. Just like America is the heaven of Esau, Edom, right? You have places like Paradise, California. You know, you got they show you how wealth is. You got the 1%, you got the 0.01, the 0.0001. How these niggas living great. You know, the wealth gap here in Babylon the Great is crazy. You got people that can't afford to feed their families tonight, but you got a nigga that, here it is, he had his chef come in and cook you the food, and his son don't want to eat the food. The food going in the trash. So there's always been classes, you know, but Esau Edom has taken things to the extreme, and he has showed himself to be an unfit ruler, right? You want anything, brother? Because I was going to ask. You want to grab like Ephesians 5 and 14? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, whatever you got, brother.
It's Isaiah 49, verse 1.
Yeah.
Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, ye people from far. The Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, have called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name.
Yeah, that word there. Not bad.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 49, verse 5. And now saith the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, yet shall be glorious in the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, my power shall be my strength.
You know, like, when we're in the world, we're like, alright, Jake, having fun, but now we just see, like, damn, Jake's annoying. You know, our people are really annoying. But it said, though Israel be not gathered, you know, Israel isn't gathering themselves into this this sanctuary. You know, Israel is scoffing and scorning, thinking that they got it all figured out. You know, Jake are a bunch of fools who think that they are right. You know, Scripture say there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Here it is, the Lord have sent men down here for their sole purpose is to edify the sheep, to edify the people, to give them instruction. This is their service. You know, everyone, if you're a great musician, that's your service to the planet Earth. You know, if you're supposed to be offering a service, right? And the greatest service, you know, that you can offer is being a servant of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, and you know, bring forth the, you know, and help forward the ministry. You know, let you know what the Lord's gonna do. You know, everyone has a job in the kingdom, and you know the things they bring. You know, a musician, whatever it may be, everyone has a purpose. And Isaiah, and we believe our purpose, right, is to endure to the end. And while we are enduring to the end, to come out here and to prophesy unto you. You know, to preach the words of Yahweh Shema Shai unto you that you may wake up.
Yeah, I read that. Isaiah 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to rise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel.
That's right, to raise up, you know, for the what did it say, Quam Yasharallah? You know, arise Israel. You know, for us to come out here and to raise up the tribes of Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, 12 different tribes, 12 different men, the patriarchs, right? That will be great nations in the earth today. In the preserved of Israel, right? So both northern and southern kingdom coming back together, and those that have been preserved for salvation. You know, 2 days ago was mad that Trump won. Now they seem happy again. Yeah, brother.
Finishing Isaiah 49, verse 6. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth.
That's right. And the ends of the world is here in America, and we're that light, because here in the last days and the ends of the world, our people will discontinue from their heritage and forget who they were, right? And become as Gentiles in a Gentile state of mind, you know, not knowing who they are. Yeah, don't make eye contact with everybody. You got a bunch of weirdos out here, you know. Kind of. You got some up? I can start 14. Before awake.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, starting at verse 14, and it reads, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead.
Yeah, awake. You know, put on thy strength, O Jerusalem, put on thy beautiful garments. Right? Awake. You know, you gotta wake now and prepare and get ready for the day. You know, before daybreak, because really, when you wake up, it's a new day. You know, like really, we're working. You know, in this, we're working before this thing really pops off. We're preparing ourselves. You know, Jake is gonna wake up to all hell breaking loose. And it's gonna be like, how did we get here? What happened? You know, just like you show in the movie Bushwick, those niggas was just on the train, you know, holding hands in the, you know, in the subway. When they got up, they're like, where is everybody? You know, well, what's going on? As soon as they got up to the surface, you know, they heard gunshots, you know, and people fighting against each other. And that energy is coming to America in a big way. That's what the Bible talks about. Right? So we're telling our people, awake, thou that sleepest. Right? You're asleep. You're not in the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. You're not in the know. Because you have taken on the ways of the congregation of the dead, the heathens, and think that their ways are the ways of life that lead you unto righteousness. But that's far from the truth. Yeah, brother.
Start from the top. It's Ephesians 5 and 14. And it reads, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the anointed shall give thee light.
That's right. Yahweh Shai will give you that light, the understanding of what you need to do to escape this place. Isaiah 30 and 20, right? Thy eye shall see thy teachers, and thou shalt hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. This is the way Jacob's supposed to be walking. You know, you so-called, everybody know the Israelites are, but niggas don't care. You know? What was that video called? The blacks are striking back. The blacks clap back. That the other Manasseh Zappa did. Niggas over here making diss songs about, you know, their candidate who they voted for. Showing you that the division is an all-time high. I remember growing up in school, you wouldn't even say, you asked your teacher, who you voting for? You know? Actually, you know, it's actually very rude for you to ask someone who they're voting for. You know, we don't talk about religion and politics. You know, That used to be a thing, but everybody, you don't gotta ask who they worship. They worship Satan. You know, everybody's out here worshiping. Say, I saw a clip. You know, dealing with the baby deletions, right? And they had a Baphomet. You know, you had some guy looking through you know how these edits. Yeah, like what do you see? He put his eyes through the telescope to see what do you see? Yeah, Molech. You know, and offering, children being offered to the fire, you know, and then you had Planned Parenthood in the next clip. What do you see? I see the same thing, you know. So everyone is waking up, you know that because the truth is out, but they're still kind of asleep, you know. They ain't fully up, you know. I always give this account, you know. I was younger, you know, I got a credit card pretty early. My mom came and asked me for some money, right, when I was staying at her house. And I was sharing the room with my brother at the time. And then I was like, dang, I can't find my card. He was like, Mom's came in and asked you for it. You gave it to her. I was like, when? He was like, when you was asleep. You know? So I gave her the card and I forgot because I was half asleep still. Even though I was up, I was conscious enough to communicate with her, right? But I was still asleep, you know. So same thing with Jake. Jake is conscious enough to know a little something that's going on, you know. But they're still asleep, you know. They ain't ready. They ain't preparing their minds for the battle that's coming, the battle that's already happening. They don't even know a war is going on. Yeah.
Continuing, Ephesians 5 and 15, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
That's right. The reason why you gotta walk wisely is because there's a lot of danger going on. You know, this ain't the same day and age where you can leave your front door unlocked. You leave your car door unlocked. You know, walking down the streets, not worrying about things happening to you. Right? We're in the evil time. Right? And things are only going to continue to be evil. So we must walk wise, applying the scriptures, applying the knowledge that Yahweh Shema has given us in our judgment when we're on the job, right? When we're moving about our day-to-day lives. We can't be out here a bunch of fools thinking that judgment isn't going out, and that Yahweh Shema isn't angry with how the world is being ran with the inhabitants of the earth. You know? The Lord is angry with the wicked every day, so we got to do the things that please Him.
Verse 16 from the top, Ephesians 5 and 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil.
Yeah, so we got to be making the most of the time. You know, like, you do what you do, you know. You gotta decompress from the system, right? You might indulge in a little bit of entertainment, you know, but really, how do you have time to do anything? You know, scripture says to be occupied in prophecy. You know, you might, I'm gonna turn the game, set a little timer. Man, you know, let's say you got a game demon on you. Man, every time you get done playing the game, just unplug it from the system, put it back in its box, put it in your closet. When you're ready to play the game, you're gonna see how much you really want to play that game. You know? But it's up to you. I mean, whatever vices you gotta overcome. But they gotta be making the most of their time. There's a balance for everything. Right? Occupying your time, learning new things, like the other Apostle Bar said, learning new languages. You know, whether it be the Latin, the Greek, the French, right? Spanish. I didn't mean to say French, but I was just trying to get Spanish out. You know, doing things productive, learning about stoicism, right? Working out, exercising, eating good, taking care of yourself. Really taking care of yourself is a full-time job, especially when they steal 10 hours a day from you at the damn plantation, right? Yeah, brother.
Ephesians 5 and 17.
16 again, Bubba Show.
Start from the top of 16. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Go ahead.
Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is.
That's right. Understand what the will of the Lord is. You know, keep that vision of what the Lord wants to bring upon your mind and move accordingly. Right? That's what we got to do. Any more, brother? There you go, brother.
Verse 18, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
It says, be not drunk with wine. Right? With the philosophies of this world, being drunk. Right? Jake, you know, and when you're, you know, brothers who were in school, they remember they had the drunk goggles. You know, which it was kind of extreme, of course, but it's real at the same time because people black out and they don't remember what the hell was happening.
Right.
You know, your vision becomes impaired, your judgment becomes impaired. You know, and really everyone out here is drunk. Really, they're stumbling around in their own vomit right now. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I got it. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? You know, that's everyone's spiritual energy right now. Right? And if anyone's inclined to any type of spirituality, they're into witchcraft. You know, witches, women trying to put spells on men. Right? And there's a bunch of evil going out here. And that's why we have to be filled with the Spirit of the Lord to be able to see past all of it. You got something up? Yeah, bring it up. Speak up a little.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And it reads,
Like, niggas happy today. I don't know what the media is talking about. Blacks for Trump is out here.
the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11, and it reads, and that knowing the time that is now.
Yeah, you got that.
And that knowing the time
And that knowing the time, because how do you know the time? You gotta be measuring the times. In that you know the time, right? Go ahead, brother.
Now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now it is high time to awake out of sleep. You look at this word high time up in the blue letter, you know, it goes into something that should have been done a very long time ago. Like, what have you been waiting for? You know, this needs to get done. You know, this is about to happen. You know, you repenting, you turning back, you getting your mind prepared for the return of Yahweh Shai. This is about to happen right now. You need to get ready. What have you been waiting for this whole time? Go ahead, brother.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Our salvation is near. You know, when you first come in, you think it's about to happen, you know, next day. You know, what was the foreman thing? Yeah, brothers, like, yo, things about you think this is gonna be it. I was like, bro, we're gonna see, you know, we're gonna see, you know, we're gonna see, Akim. You know, hopefully it is though. But as we see these prophecies come to pass and all the chaos and wickedness, our question is, how long, oh Lord?
Right.
You know, how long are you gonna allow this craziness to go on? As a man, you see, like, okay, it gotta come soon. You know, there's no way that, you know, you got androgynous creatures just walking around like this is a normal thing. You know, you got minor attractive people walking around, being accepted into society. A bunch of weirdos out here. Go ahead.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand.
Yeah, look at that word far spent in the blue. Right? Look up blue, bro. I'll look it up in the Google. You got it, brother? Look up Google. Put the far spent definition, or put the word meaning, far spent meaning. Read it again, man. The night is far spent.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand.
The day is at hand. What does it say when it says the night is far spent?
It goes into the night is far spent, meaning to drive forward or to advance, to proceed. Pretty much means like literally it says to go forward, to advance, to proceed.
Metaphor to increase, to make progress. What does it say? Any good definitions? Far spent?
It says, I got the definition from the KJV. It says, nope.
Yeah, I got it. Well,
Sorry.
I got this little reading, this little excerpt from you got the AI overview. It says the time is far spent meaning. Right? It says in the King James Version Bible, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. This verse is part of a passage that encouraged the followers of Yahweh Shai to put off the works of darkness and to put on the works and to put on the armor of light. The verse is interpreted to mean the time of salvation is near, and the followers of Yahweh Shai should live in a way that reflects the light of Yahweh Shai. That was alright. It says this text warns that later. This text warns us that it is later than we think. The night is far spent. There is in quotations, there is just enough time to give our lives to Yahweh Shai and serve Him a little while. Right? So the Lord is giving us this grace period with just enough time. With just enough time to get right. You got something to bring out?
Yeah, I got a different translation. It's Romans 13, and it just starts at 11 in the Message translation.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts and it reads, but make sure that you don't get so absorbed and exhausted in taking care of all your day-by-day obligations that you lose track of the time and doze off.
That's right. Because after a hard work in the field, you might go take a nap. You might need some sleep. You get so caught up in the here and now, before you know it, you like, damn, I was spending all my time on things that didn't profit me because destruction was coming. You got it, brother.
That you lose track of time and doze off, oblivious to the Most High. The night is about over. Dawn is about to break. Be up and awake to what the Most High is doing. The Most High is putting the finishing touches on the salvation work He began when we first believed. And we can't afford to waste a minute, so we must not squander these precious daylight hours in frivolity and indulgence in sleeping around and dissipation.
That's right. So a sense of urgency. A sense of urgency. The time is short. The night is far spent. What verse are you on, brother? Start at the top of 12, and then I believe where it says, make not provision for the flesh, read down to that part, and we'll
From the top, and it reads,
Paul, read it.
Book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 12. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness.
That's right. It says not in rioting and drunkenness. Right? Walking honestly is walking in truth. Walking in the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. That's how you're walking. That's how you move and conduct yourself. You're not supposed to be drunk and rioting in the daytime. For everyone to see your folly. That's supposed to be done at night. That's why you might have a little fun, a house to hide your shame. Might a little folly at the house. That's when you're supposed to be turned. That's when it's more feasible for you to turn up. Enjoy yourself a little bit. But Jake is out here doing it while the knowledge of the Lord is easily accessible. While there's grace periods out here. Because the time of grace is going to end. This free access to the internet, this free access to getting to know Yahweh Shai, this thing is going to be hid into the minds of the elect. Right? And the only thing that's going to be pushed forward is propaganda. As the rivers of water, Esau Edom is trying to sway your minds wherever so he will. Right? Yeah, brother.
Book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 13. Let us walk honestly in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and in wantonness, not in strife and envy, but put ye on Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
That's right. You got Jake out here. You got Jake out here teaching you how to shy for some teach you how to shy for envy and strife. You know, and we can go on and on and talk about these guys, you know, these other camps. That the only reason why they even really, you know, like you had that Deacon Makai say, you know, really, when I turn off the cameras, you know, I got a whole nother life. Meaning he's saying that anytime I can, as a hireling, I can lead the sheep. I can, man, you a hireling. You know, you've been hired for this job. You weren't born for this job. This isn't who you are. You know? And at any time, you got another life to go back to. And really, those are the type of guys that are really just teaching you how to shy for envy and strife. You know, for clickbait, for money, for filthy lucre's sake. Right? But we as the believers, you know, we're teaching this thing in sincerity. Right? Out here to warn you. You know, we ain't getting we don't monetize our videos. We don't got the Cash App in the description box. Right? Yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, is risen upon thee.
That's right, arise. You know, shine, and that's starting now. You know, it's going to be fully implemented when we're in the kingdom. But the knowledge of Yahweh shine, how the, you know, it's going to say, thou desire thrones and scepters, right? Honor wisdom, right? That you may reign forevermore. So the star of our shining and rising is right now. You know, a city that is set upon the hill cannot be hid. So yeah, we're being set up, you know, to let our light shine, right? That they may see our good works and glorify our Father which is in the heaven. Right? Read it again, brother.
It's Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, is risen upon thee. And that's why, you know, Yahushai said, you know, the kingdom cometh not with observation. You can't say low here, low there. It's like always go to Vegas. You know, we're going to go see the kingdom. There's going to be a physical place, but it starts with the wisdom. The kingdom's within you. What does that really mean? You know, the knowledge and wisdom that's going to be implemented, you know, as a standard of the world is going to be thrown out of the nation of Israel. You know, which is not happening now. That's why, you know, Deuteronomy says we're a peculiar nation of people, nation of kings and priests. You know, our wisdom is what draws nations onto us because they want to be like us. You know, it's not supposed to be like how it is now with Jake. You know, not so much anymore, but you know, you think about basketball, niggas that dunk the ball. I want to be like MJ. I want to be like this because that's who we are. You know, but that's their life. You know, we're not known for more than just dunking the basketball. We're a nation of royal people, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because even with you know, of course we know everything's propaganda, but even with Trump, I mean, even with China saying we're happy with the way the American people have voted, you know, because the kingdom is made up of its citizens, right? That's the resource, you know, of the kingdom. It's manpower, right? Yeah.
Yep. Isaiah 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
That's right. So gross darkness, you know, has covered the minds of the people. You know, that is real. You know, people are really out here sleeping. Can I get that blue one though? Yeah, I'll get one of those later. A lot of them. No more cold drinks.
Yeah.
Brother's gonna have to use the restroom in like 2 minutes. That cold drinks when it's cold outside make you have to go to the bathroom more.
Again, Isaiah 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
So a separation is being made. Yeah, gross darkness covering the minds of the people. You can see how gross and how, you know, when something is, you think about gross, it's not clean. You know, really the scriptures are very simple. You know, something that's unclean is dark. You know, it's you know the Lord deals with cleanliness. You go over someone's house, you know, and it's dirty. You don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. You know, but you know, we're warriors. It is what it is. Everybody's not gonna be as cleanly, but you got mold everywhere. You know, you got the house breaking down. You got termites. You know, damn, how you live in these conditions? You got trash, piles of trash everywhere. You know, versus a clean house, you know, a clean mind, clear space. You know, it allows you to think a lot better, right? You know, that person, you know, is like, you know, takes care of himself. He cares about himself, right? And that's what is alluded to for us. You know, we actually, how we carry ourselves, how we act, our temple, our minds are very clean, right? Clear. Yahweh Shai has come into our minds and cleaned things up, you know? And we got to continue to listen to the instructions in order to keep the house clean, you know?
Yep. This is 1 Peter 2, verse 9. For ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people.
That's right. We're a special people, a peculiar, special. I believe that's sakallah in the Hebrew. You know, we're that holy nation. Holy means set apart. That royal priesthood. We are, brothers gotta realize that we're royalty. We're the nobles. You know, the head men that Yahweh Shai has chosen. Lord's willing from the foundation of the earth. So we gotta move in a certain way. We gotta think in a certain way. We gotta be wise. We gotta be critical thinkers. We can't be reactionary, right? We gotta think our next. We gotta think ahead, right? Being that royal priesthood, doing the service of the Most High, out here in the highways and hedges. You know, you gotta be what prayers is the lighting of the incense, right? Out here, the priest lives to keep knowledge, and out here the law from his mouth, for he's the messenger of the Lord of hosts, right? All these things.
So 1 Peter 2 and 9. For ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
That's right. Now that we've woken up, like you had that clip from SpongeBob when they had put the special sauce on the Krabby Patties. He's like, "Hey, all you people, all you people, come and listen to me. You know, this isn't just no ordinary message up here. You know, this is something great. You know." Yahweh Shema Shai is a great and mighty power, and for a long time, he hid himself in the earth. But now he's making himself known again. You know, Yahweh Shai is going to come back in your lifetime and come back and conquer the world. You know, and he's not coming back with hugs and kisses and smiling. He's coming back as a mighty warrior. You know?
Yep. 1 Peter 2, verse 10.
Yeah, brother, Isaiah 42, 9.
1 Peter 2 and 10, which in time past were not a people, but now, but are now the people of the Most High.
And that's what the Gentiles, you know, the no people. In times past, you weren't a people, and that's us. You know, the Lord did a one-up on the circumcision. All right, well, you was born in the custom in those days, but falling away is coming, and that's why the Lord wanted the circumcision, which some accepted, you know, the Gentiles, some did, some accepted Yahweh Shai, some didn't. Right? That's why he went to the circumcision. You know, say, look, you know, look at the Gentiles. Look, they have access back. You know, because now that you're in that predicament, you know, where you need access back, you know, you see a lot of our people being high-minded in Israel. thinking that they're better than everyone else. They're coming back in their lot. You know, but we've all fallen away. We all became that know people, not knowing who we are. But we've been brought back through the blood of the Lamb, through the blood of Yahweh Shai. And this is how we know that we're going to win. This is how we know the words of Yahweh Shema Shai are faithful and true. Yeah, brother.
Yep. 1 Peter 2:10, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
That's right. At times past was not a people, but now it says in times past they didn't obtain mercy.
They had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
But now we have attained mercy, and that's a beautiful thing to obtain mercy. You know, Scripture say, "Mercy rejoiceth against judgment." You know, so James, you know, a lot was going on. You know, back in those days. But in these days, you know, dealing with, you know, the destruction in of Babylon, right? We're here to tell you and prophesy about the end, to warn you to wake up, you know, and appreciate the simplicity that's in Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You know? You got that Isaiah 42:9, I believe. No, it's actually Isaiah 42, sorry, verse 13. Colin, read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 13, and it reads, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, shall go forth as a mighty man.
It says, the Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. You know, a mighty man, he ready. You know, he about to action. He's ready for the battle. And that's what Yahweh Shai is prepared for. The Lord is going to go forth as a mighty man. Go ahead.
He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Go ahead.
He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
That's right. The Lord is coming back with that. Those war, brother, seen you know, in my house, you gotta tap back into these movies every once in a while. You gotta balance yourself out. You had King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. You know, at the beginning, you know, you had at the very first scene, you had the war. The war broke out. You know, and you had the brother he was a Judas group. He said maybe we should just surrender. I know that he'll be merciful unto us. And what did the king say? He said, hold the crown and hold it steady. And then he gathered up all his soldiers, and the soldiers let out that war cry. Like, let's go. We about to kick these niggas' asses. They don't know what they rolling up on. You know, they don't know what power. They think they got power, but we got power over here. You know? And he went and finished the war by himself. Cut the head off the king. And when Yahweh Shai come back, he's gathering the nations. We gotta get that. Brother, hold Zephaniah 3, Papa Shah, keep reading.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 13 or verse 14, I have long holden my peace.
I have a long time.
I have long time holden my peace.
Okay, brother.
I have been still and refrained myself.
Go ahead.
Now I will cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
The Lord is coming back to destroy and devour at once. And it's so you know, spectacular. It's so spectacular that Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, is going to gather the nation. That was the other man that I come up. Get that Zephaniah 3 and 8, 3 and 9. I think it's 3 and 8. It's like the Lord, he's coming. He's got all the when the history books are written, it's not like they might have stood a chance if they all gathered together and did this. No, the Lord is literally allowing them to have these military advancements where their technology is just so much better. The Lord is actually telling you that He's coming back via His servants and prophets, so they're gearing up for war. You gotta read this, bro.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, starting at verse 8. And it reads, "Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. until the day that I rise up to the prey.
The Lord called these nations in their army. He called them prey. He didn't call them opponents that he's gonna have a hard time. You gotta get a 2 Ezra 13. You know, it said to the day that I rise up to the fray. Go ahead, brother.
For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms.
He's gathering up. He's assembling the kingdoms. Go ahead.
To pour upon mine indignation.
To pour upon them my indignation, his righteous anger, his justice. Yahweh Shah is, Yahweh Shah has justice on his side. You know, he's coming back to bring justice. You got it, brother. That was it, right? Okay, brother.
Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Exactly. So the Lord is coming back. It's so spectacular that he's having these nations with their armies come back and really, they're gathering up in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, getting their military ready. They're going to be fighting each other, but now the Lord done brought all their military advancements. And he's going to pull up like, I did this so you can fight me, and entertain me for a little bit. Just like when Thanos, when you watch that movie Infinity War, you thought this thing a Hawk was going to do Thanos in. It's the Hawk. This nigga don't lose. The guy with his Ebony Moth was like, no, let him have his fun. And he went there and whooped the Hawk's ass. Threw him down to the earth. What do you think Howard Shah is coming to do? He's coming to whoop these nations' asses. Excuse my French. I don't know how to say it. He's coming to kick butt. Coming back to kick some butt. Taking names and kick butt and taking names. I forgot. That's saying it's supposed to be kicking ass and taking names, but so brothers haven't seen the Infinity War movie. He said we kick butt. We kick names and take butt or something. It's like that was off.
What he said?
That little girl. It was something crazy like that. She said because she says everything backwards. Let's get 2 Ezra 13. Start at verse 8. Let's go straight to the point. I just want to. We just read into it. You have something to say?
Yeah, just going back to it.
Yeah, bring it out, bro.
This is Matthew 10 and 34. Red letters, so Yahweh starts speaking. Think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Yeah, so that's pretty much the Lord leaving those footnotes that you can't say the prophecy that was you saying earlier that be kisses and hugs and all that.
Yeah.
The Lord put that there so that the enemy is coming. You read the scriptures. The Lord is a man of war. It's Exodus 15 and 3. So Yahweh shall return. You think it's going to be an opposite?
Yeah, and that sword, it's a buildup. It starts with this word, this knowledge that's bringing all this division in the earth. And so much division is going to break out. People are going to fight. And small fights are going to turn into large fights to where nuclear missiles are going to be shot off. And Yahweh Shai is going to come and bring his swords. How long have we been going for, bro?
Hour and 8 minutes.
Okay, just give me the last precept. 2 Ezra 13. Oh, whoever want to read it, don't matter. Start at verse. Start at verse. We're gonna do a lot of reading. Start at 6. Start. Yeah, we're gonna hit this. We're gonna hit it. Start 2. Start 5.
So I know. 13.
Yeah, you really do. You really do.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 13, verse 1, and it reads, And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof.
Go ahead.
And I beheld, and lo, a man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
And I beheld, and lo, that a man, because they show you in that in Infinity War Endgame how, you know, you had Thanos and his army just come through the, you know, basically crack the heavens and come through that portal. You know, Yahushua is literally just gonna come. It ain't gonna be like some travel time. He's gonna gather the troops in the heavens, and then they just gonna open up the portal. You seen Mortal Kombat? You know, kind of I forgot what the character's name in that show. You had he was the main villain at the end, but he came back. Shao Kahn. You know that when you watch movies and clips like that, a lot of that's supposed to be like Yahushua. And that's where they get the inspiration from, the return of the Lord coming back, because they understand. You got something to say that?
Yeah, I was about to say, when he come back, he's gonna cover the whole heavens.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna cover the whole sky, and every eye is going to see his return. There's not gonna be nobody on the earth that don't see the chariots.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Psalm 68 verse 17 says that man waxed strong.
Yeah.
Psalm 68 verse 17, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place.
That's right. So that's the man that waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. The thousands of heaven are talking about the angels, you know, coming back in their white robes, which is their pure power. Every chariot that comes back, no chariot is gonna get shot out the sky. Let me put it like that. Every chariot, if they wanted to, if it was Yahweh's will for them to come back and conquer the earth, just one of those angels with those chariots. You know, so when they come back, they're going to be in pure power, in array with Yahushua. I actually had a dream when I first came into the knowledge. I was on this, it was dark. I was on this path. It was a narrow path up in the air. And I was watching the State of Friend Bros a lot of the time, so it was just some familiarity. That's why I had the dream with them. They were in it. And we were walking this path, and then we all knew Yahushua is coming, Yahushua is coming. So we all went our separate ways and just started praying. When we looked up, I looked up, so the angels coming down in a perfect formation. You know, have other dreams and stuff like that. Brothers have different dreams, but that was just mine. I just wanted to share that with the body. Go ahead. It was dark outside too, dark as hell. You know, showing you how it was a dark time. It was like goddamn lava was in the city type of deal. You know, like in the world type of movie. How the hell is there lava in the middle of the street? That's how bad everything was going on. Yeah, brother.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I beheld, and lo, a man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and where he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him.
That's right, because the scriptures say all tribes of the earth shall wail and mourn because the Lord has returned. You know, he had a very fierce countenance, man. He coming back with like, oh, you had a dream, another dream, right? Little dreamers, little dreamers over there. I know, right? The Carolinas got that dream demon on them. But nah, there was a dream that this northern kid had of Yahushua's return. She was in great fear, telling the dream. She said, "I seen the Lord. I seen him." And when he came, I seen him coming back. I seen his face, and he was not smiling. That's literally how she said. He was not smiling. He was not happy. And I seen his face. And she was like, he didn't even look at me. But I was so afraid. You know, she wasn't worthy for Yahushua to lock eyes with her. You know. You got it, brother.
That's heavy. Think about the eyes. That's light the body. Looking at someone's eyes, you can tell, pretty much. You can read spirits, what they were about. If you think about a murderer, their eyes all solid, black, and stuff. They're scary to look at. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, the countenance of the Lord. You can't see him. He's glory. Who knows, man? You might be too unworthy to look at him. But just
really, like you might see like a silhouette.
That's what I'm saying. Like
like
see his stature, like how big he is.
Like there's somebody up there, but I can't see his face.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 4, And in all places where his voice went out from his mouth, all who heard his voice were burned.
Oh, what is they at?
And in all
What? I mean, you wonder why they was like, God damn, like they scared under him. When he opened his mouth, they got burned up. You know, that's the chariots shooting. You know, the creatures of the Lord shooting. You know, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Get too deep. Man,
like as dry wood.
they one deep, not too deep. But you know, I'll drop this gem for you, bro. When what do you think? You know, and this is me speaking as a man. I believe you see, you know, the dragons in the movies and stuff. Those mythological creatures. All that fiction comes from some type of fact that got watered down. You know, the chariots. You know, the chariot. Those dragons. You know, those mythological creatures that shoot fire. Right? Well, chariots shoot fire. They're the creation of Yahweh Bashim Shai. All the creatures of the Lord actually have life. They have spirits in them. They're alive. They're not like a fucking car. Excuse my French. Which is alive by components. It has life, where the car has a spirit itself, but it's flesh. It's not spirit. You know, there's a difference. So the creation of Yahweh Bashim Shai, these chariots, they have a spirit in them. You know, they show you that in Avatar, right? You have in the first one and the second one, they will literally sync their consciousness. You know, they will be one with the creature. You know, yeah, that.
By the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 4, from the top. And in all places where his voice went out from his mouth, all who heard his voice were burned. Like as dry wood on earth burneth when it is set on fire.
Yeah. You read the GMT? All right, kind of keep reading. I forgot about that part. The dry wood part.
And after this, I saw, and lo, there were gathered from the four winds a great multitude of people.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. The north, south, east, and west, the four winds. All the different nations of the earth being gathered together. Go ahead. Like we read in Zephaniah, you know, to the valley of Jehoshaphat. You know, Yahweh Shaphat. You know, the war of Armageddon, where the Lord would judge the nations. Go ahead, brother.
Uncountable, to subdue the man who came out of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
But I beheld, and lo.
So they had So you gotta understand, the Lord he gathered a great multitude ready to fight. You know, ready to fight this war. The Lord didn't make it to where they didn't bring all their warriors and soldiers. When you watch the movie The War of Tomorrow, have you ever seen that movie, The War of Tomorrow? That was the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. Just dealing with the scene when they got drafted to go fight in the war. I think it was the same day. I think it was like the same day they got deployed. You're gonna be drafted. They were talking, and I think they were gonna have like 3 months to train and fight, or like however it was. They were gonna be trained and fought. In the same day, make sure the light is on. That's gonna break the battery. The same day, they got deployed. He said, "War waits for no man." So the same thing is gonna be happening these days. War is gonna be going out. War is gonna be happening heavy. You know, when people are just gonna be getting deployed, go fight in this third world. That's why the mighty men of Babylon, they're afraid to fight. They're not ready for a war. And they're going to be sipping people out in masses.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain.
Because what? These plans of the elites is what they have fire to bring the population down. So they think they about to just wipe all these people. They think they're going to win this war. You know? And and build back better. But they're going to lose. Yahweh Shai is going to come and build back better. You know, a better kingdom. You know, established upon better promises for the nation of Israel. A kingdom that's never going to end. You got it, brother.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. I endeavored to see the region or place whereout the mountain was graven, but I could not find it. After this, I beheld, and lo,
that great mountain is talking about a chariot. You know, the chariot was so massive, it just like, you ever have a cloud and it's like, damn, I don't see the end of it. You know, you don't see clouds nowadays because damn ecosystems all effed up. You know, these are a lot of chemtrails in the air. You know, those cumulus. I can't say the word. The big puffy clouds. When was the last time you seen those on a nice summer day? You know, for multiple days in a row. People are so detached with the world. When it rains, you're all upset. You know, the rain's supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to be washing away pollution that's in the air.
Rain's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing that it rains. You know, how is your seed supposed to grow? You know, for man. Man, it's just like everybody's disconnected. This is why Yahweh Shai gotta come back and bring that fire. Yeah, bro.
and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
Yeah, we look at that word, yet durst. That's the past tense of dare. You know, they were sore afraid, yet they dared to fight. Right? The Lord is going to put the spirit on them to fight. You know? Because they can either surrender or fight. You know? And they ain't going to surrender. The Lord don't want them to surrender. He wants them to fight. The Lord didn't just come back, you know, with all the chariots, not to have a little bit of fun. You know, the scriptures prophesy about how how the blood shall be to the horse's bridle. You know, when you bridle the horse, that's very high up. You know, think about how tall a horse is. That's how much blood is going to be shed. Scriptures say that when the Lord, Jeremiah 25:33, that there should be bodies from one end of the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from one end of the earth even onto the other end of the earth. They should not be lamented nor buried. They should be dung upon the ground. Right? And that's why when the elites come back, you know, out of those bunkers and put those shackles on them, they're going to, their first job is going to be cleaning up the dead. Because that's how, to avoid sicknesses. That's going to be the process of cleaning up the earth now. There's going to be plenty of work to do in the kingdom. But first, this destruction got to come. You got it, brother.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that had come against him, he neither lifted up his hand, nor he had a shield or any instrument of war.
Yeah, you're reading a different version, but that's totally fine. What version are you reading now?
King James.
Oh, it must. Oh, that's not 1611, so it's a little revised. But it's cool. I was just curious. Read that part again.
Oh, verse 9.
Yeah, whatever verse you just read, brother, read it again, brother.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came against him, he neither lifted up his hand, nor had he a shield or any instrument of war.
Yeah, he neither lifted up hand. When it say neither lifted up hand, meaning when Yahweh Shai comes back, it's gonna be effortless. You know, he's gonna wipe out these nations without any effort. It's gonna be nothing. You know, there's one in Job that says without hands. You know, and he's gonna pour his wicked. He's gonna pour his fury upon the wicked. It sounds like that heartbeat of America is coming back. You know, niggas getting that heartbeat back. They ready. They ready for the next 4 years. It's gonna be so funny. Can't tell that's 2 women or 1 man and 1 woman. Go ahead, bro.
But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
And we're reading it, but imagine being there. Imagine seeing the vision. I'll say, was the time slowed down, for him, or was this thing happening in real time? When you see this, you watch a movie, a war movie, a lot of things be going on. You be like, man, this ain't no like the way words don't justify, what's going on, man. It's gonna be an intense thing to see.
This is a vision, so it's like a condensed version of it.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. So
yeah.
The details of what you're living gonna be so.
I heard niggas crying,
right.
Limbs getting blasted off. you know what I mean, bro? Like people in pain, wailing. People's through out there. That flame of fire. Lord could have it when He fry you so intensely, but yet you're still alive to where you're still feeling that heat. It just fry you right away to where you're immobile. You're able to move, but you can still feel all that pain. Yeah, brother. This is a different type of technology. This ain't no damn fireball from I forgot those ancient catapult, bro, or from a bow and arrow when they were lighted on fire. No, this is new technology. We haven't seen this. This is gonna be a different type of temperature of heat. You got it, brother.
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
That broke down now the intensity of the vision, Once he saw it, he was afraid. He was afraid the whole time the vision was going on. He was like, man, I wrote down for you, but I was afraid. I'm afraid. You don't want to be on the Lord's bad side when he comes back. We most definitely don't want to be on Yahweh Shemashah's bad side. All the knowledge that we got and been given, we're trying to eat it all up. And when you eat food, you become one with that food. That energy you get, you gotta utilize that energy for good. Go plant more seed. You just got done eat your fruits in your garden. You gotta go plant more seeds now. That was it, right, brother? What verse you on, brother?
That was verse 11.
Oh, yeah, we can stop there. Verse 11 is like, we down there. We started at 1. Yeah, it goes into a little bit more process down there. All right, kind of. You want to goes into peace of the multitude. I can't remember all that. Yeah, I like that. I was like that.
Yeah. Just go back and left off that peace and safety. That's why we didn't get verse 3.
Okay, Matthew 24.
Yeah, you get Matthew 24 too.
Oh, okay, peace and safety. But,
that's First Thessalonians 5.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you go into the agenda of the elites, they want to get everybody back complacent. Because with hardships, it's hard to ignore it. Especially when you got the same amount of food you had in your grocery cart. You start to pick up on stuff. You start asking questions. So what you at least want to do is again put people back to sleep. more bread in circuses, and again, an energy of being comfortable, so they can go on with their plans and ultimately further enslave you in this NWO agenda, right? In the midst of that, of course, the bigger picture is Yahushua setting this thing all up for the kill, so when he comes and conquers, it's going to be a laydown. But the process of time before that happens is what you see, the buildup of that, man. So get no, you can get it. Job, the Lord advice to the crafty is Job 5. Again, form an enterprise.
Yeah, 5 to 12.
Yep.
This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yep. So going to doomsday, which becomes in the world a cliche. Like, oh, this end of the world. People have been talking about the end of the world. But the kicking down of the road of the can is going to come to a point where we're at right now. You can't keep pushing this off. With the debt ceiling and all this stuff happening around the world and the four corners of the earth. It's going to lead to a boiling point, and that's the point where I have prophecy how sensitive, the formula of the Lord's destruction that's coming is right now on the earth, man.
Yeah.
Little to anything could set this thing on fire, man.
That's right.
You had back in the day. Well, this is a Northern Kingdom trick. You put the wooden spoon on top of the pot so it don't boil over. You don't see people doing that no more.
Exactly.
But you ain't gonna get that wooden spoon ain't gonna help.
Exactly. Yep. It's going to that travail upon a woman. That's the analogy you can get about a woman giving birth. When those birth pains comes, you can't push it off, man. Now today you can take pills and stuff to kind of numb the pain, but the natural process of it is you feel the pain because you're being warned from your body and the baby's coming out. So that's why, again, when you see these things happen around the four corners of the earth, we have the context of it. You can put it together as the puzzle pieces, because ultimately, the spirit of prophecy, that's how we understand the insight of what the Lord's actually doing. Because everything else, it seems random and chaotic, which it is, but there's always a saying, the method to the madness. What is the method behind the chaos, man? Yep. The Lord's bringing in order, man, with these prophecies.
That's right. This is the first
Thessalonians. Get that.
Job.
Get first. Matthew 24. Get like verse 40 about the days of Noah.
Oh, okay.
Because again, as the day of the Lord being as a thief in the night. A thief in the night comes, because his ally is darkness. Because with darkness, it's synonymous with a time you're supposed to be sleeping, and when you're sleeping, you're not paying attention, right? So that's what the Lord's doing as he's coming in near approach of his return, which only Heavenly Father knows when he's going to send you out shy, but it's going to be ultimately when no one's really paying attention to, right? Get that days of Noah. I think it's not like 43 or something.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. I'm going to start at verse 36, and it reads, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man."
Yep, because, if a man knew, everybody would find out. That's why the same reason why the Bible's still on the earth. The Biblos was a collection of books. It's preserved, in code, because if it said ICBMs, in the book of Isaiah, if it said, microchip in Revelation 13th chapter, then the Bible wouldn't be accessible, man. It would have been banned,
It wouldn't be as precious.
Exactly.
The secrets of the Lord wouldn't be as precious.
Yep.
If we all knew, you come into the circle, you come, all right, we might accidentally tell you when it's coming to, before we proved you.
Exactly.
Get all excited.
Yep.
Lord, come back on this date. Your parents
Yep.
You start seeing the signs a little bit more. Hey, that day looking a little bit like it might actually happen. I gotta start repenting. Now the Lord gotta heal people you don't want to heal.
Exactly. Yep. Because that ruins the element of how the Lord wants this thing to play out. Because Jake, that means Jake will repent. They'll late to the last second, just like in school. You got a big major test coming up, and you want to cram. You want to pretend. That's what the Lord moved that away, because that without having that information, then Jake, again, that element of complacency is always going to be there. So Jake going to be destroyed when that time comes.
That's right. She got gunshots.
That's what I was saying. Look at this shit, bro.
Go ahead,
That's why the elders say stay away from the black woman.
Yeah,
right there. Turn the camera real quick when she drive off.
She got gunshots under her door right there.
Try to catch that shit. She not a fan. You gotta get
Oh, man. Hopefully the camera picked it up.
Yeah, he saw it with a hose.
Bro. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 36.
That's bad soup right there.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, bro.
And they missed her though. That's the thing with a black woman. Bro's got a joke back in Tampa, man. From Edo Apostle Ricard, man. The indestructible nigga one. She literally here to be an agent of chaos. You know, for the Israelite man.
Yeah.
Which is a punishment for us, but it's so you go, man. Instrument of chaos, man. Who knows the story behind that shit? I don't want to know, but somehow, some way, she's involved in. That's how you know.
You gotta end up getting the back of the Uber car, Jake. She's like, "Go ahead, go." And yeah, when her man started busting off, she's like, she's that way, go, drive. Like, how you call an Uber to a gunfight? Like, come on, bro, this is crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, bro, you got it.
This is Matthew 24, starting at verse 36, and it reads, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only."
Yeah, exactly. So that's why, was it Ezra's days are with thee? I forgot how the paraphrase goes. He does not stir. You read it earlier. To the 7 years of being fulfilled.
Yeah.
You know? And again, Yahushua gave us everything he knew, right? So that's why that's one thing he didn't get, man, was when he was going to come back. The Lord, like with a friend, you can share all your insight, man.
Yeah.
So Yahushua being a friend, he said, "I call you no more servants." He would have told us today, man.
Yeah.
That's, when miracles happen, Yahushua say, "Don't tell nobody this." And what Jake gonna do? He gonna tell everybody, man. So that's why again the Lord had it kept with him, because he knows how we are. Man.
Yeah. The Heavenly Father kept it a secret, but now Yahushua even knows. Yahushua has become a higher level friend. Higher level acquaintance.
Matthew 24 and 37, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be."
Yep, and that's why I was going to say, let's see that, read it. Matter of fact, you get that? Genesis 6. Because you have to understand why was that being mentioned. What was happening in the days of Noah? Because everybody hears about the flood story, Well, what was the buildup of it? Why did the Lord flood the earth? Why was he so pissed off with creation, which he made?
This is Genesis chapter 6.
Start at 4 or something.
In verse, 5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of their thoughts was only evil continually. And they repented Yahweh that he made man on earth, and it grieved him at his heart.
Yep. So, because that's, the Lord is the Heavenly Father. He set this whole thing up. You think about a movie, even though you know it's not real, you still get into it, man.
Yeah.
Those emotions, it's like, man, fuck that dude. Like, you get a hate for the bad guy, man.
Yeah,
right.
You write the scripts.
Exactly.
But when you see the directors will tell you, man, when I saw him acting out, like I felt that, like that. You bring power to the word. The Most High, like, man, they messing everything up. Because when you have a character on the screen, like, man, he comes to life. Like, I really hate this guy. But you meet him in real life, and he's pretty cool. I really hate that dude.
Yeah, and it's funny thing you said that too, because like sometimes in movies, the actor who plays so good, people think that's how he is in real life, man.
Right.
You think about that lady in the Get Out movie, The Sunken Place. Jake, in the world, she might have been a cool person, but because how she was portrayed in that movie, now she's racist, she's all this stuff, man. But she could be, like I said, she could be cool in real life. You never know. But read that again.
Genesis 6 and verse 6, and they repented Yahweh that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created.
Yep. So again, why did the Lord get to that mindset and mentality? It was because the violence and the evil that was on the earth. And it said every one of them, their thoughts were evil continually. Right? That should be ringing bells, in your head, man, as far as the things you see on this earth. Right? Because that's what it's going to say. Things were written aforetime for our learning. So the Lord, he flooded the earth because of why? Because, again, our people was acting on the earth. And what is the wickedness, man? Transgression of the law. First started with Jake because, hey, the Lord flooded Israelites, especially flooded Israelites, man. You know, because that's who was making fun of. You best believe that's who was making fun of Noah when he was making that ark, man. It was Jake. You know?
Jake comedians.
Exactly.
It says, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and creeping things, in the fowls of the air, for repentant me that I have made them.
Yep. So that goes into a cleansing. You know, the Lord came to cleanse the earth. He came to the conclusion that the earth needs cleansing, right? So he judged creeping things. You know, he judged birds, right? And he judged people. Yeah, of course he had a remnant, you know, of animals which he saved and preserved because he had a bigger plan for the earth, right? Because earth, you know, was going to be repopulated through Noah, right? But you know, again, the Lord had the mindset that this earth needs to be corrected, and that's why that great judgment came, right? And Yahushua mentioned this because it's going to happen again, but by fire, so we don't go into the time of life.
Yeah, because you had the animals here got microceps inside them.
Yeah, all dogs, even endangered animals, man. Because Esau want to track them and do a documentary. Said there's 2 of these left on the earth. You know?
Yeah,
he got a chip in the motherfucker.
and you know that's why you have things like the Bermuda Triangle. You know, where Esau can't get to certain parts of the earth that Esau can't access.
Yep.
You know, because you gotta preserve it. You gotta preserve the creation.
Yep. There's certain seas that ships can't get to because the Lord has the conditions so crazy you can't get to it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
like you have
the Baltic Seas. Part of it. One of them is.
No, like movies. I like to do movies because you have what is it, King Kong in the island,
Skull Island.
Skull Island. A lot. Of course, that's just a movie, but a lot of that is theory and speculation of what they believe.
Oh yeah.
Could be out there. And the Lord has particular islands where it's just the whole thriving ecosystem.
Yep, that's true because there's stuff that's on your so-called map that's not marked, man.
Right.
Because first off, for national security reasons, right, there's certain things off maps, but you think these elites, they got stuff off the grid, man. But there's definitely maps, that's been leaked that there's, which we don't get into that stuff, but you best believe it's a part of Earth that's preserved that it's not properly known by the rest of the world.
Yeah, it might not even be on the body. It might not even be on the map.
Exactly.
Lord put it.
Or it's hidden.
It's hidden, yeah.
Underground, yeah.
It's crazy for you to say that you discovered all the Earth. Like you over here mapping the Earth.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And that shows you how much power Esau don't got because it's supposed to be your Earth, and you don't even know what the hell's on the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna find a way to destroy it.
That was the point in Genesis.
Yeah, just want to touch that. Go ahead.
This book of Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 37 again, and it reads, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yep.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark."
Yep. So it was normal business as usual, right? So that goes into, again, those giving you insight how it's going to play out. It's going to be business as usual, Apostle would make the, going back to 911, right, about how it's a normal day, man. The sky was blue, crystal, right? It's a normal day, whatever day it was, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it was.
Remember the 5th of November.
Leave Vendetta.
Yeah, Leave Vendetta, yeah.
But going back to, 911, it was a normal day. Which, not to get to all that stuff, what they call the tinfoil stuff, which is all being confirmed. That's the thing. You can't call it conspiracy theory no more. It's conspiracy, Because why? Because it's actually truth, man.
Yeah, you see how dirty America is? You got a dog taking the shit on the concrete.
And the guy dropping his cup.
His dog literally took a shit on the concrete. He was pissed off because he took the shit.
Now you gotta pick it up.
That goes back to what I said last week, bro. You wake up 7 o'clock in the morning before you gotta take your ass to work and walk your dog. You gotta pick up his shit. Like, what the hell? You gotta pick up his shit. Hell no. Your brothers can have it. Y'all can have y'all dogs. I say it like that. I always thought I got a field in the kingdom for my dog. Yeah. This shit crazy out here, bro.
No, that is true though, because that's another thing Esau can use to keep people dumbed down, distracted, people love them damn dogs. Makes them socially awkward. You'd rather just deal with a dog or a cat, you know.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, it's unsanitary. You pick up you pick up shit from a concrete. You need soap and water, bro. You can't just pick it up. Like you spill some Kool-Aid on your counter and just wipe it up with paper towel. No, you need soap and water to clean up that mess. Now you can't just pick up shit from a concrete, dog poop from a concrete, and just think it's clean now. Absolutely not.
Yep.
Your brother's got it.
Yep. And then now going back to that soap, that's why the Lord gonna bring missiles, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know? Ain't no let's all get along, man. The Lord gonna clean this place up.
Fire. Yeah, fire is gonna be that cleansing agent.
Yep. But going, to the point, they were marrying, giving into marriage. Let me know about time too.
I don't know. You close it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we one more time. Because I was, going to peace and safety. Thief in the night. A lot of complacency is going to be on the earth when the Lord comes in return, man. Because what Noah was doing while Noah was working and building the ark, which the Lord specifically instructed him how to build it, tell him even down to the dimensions, the type of wood it was.
That's right. Where to get the wood from?
Exactly, where to get it from. That's why you can't just be out here just teaching and building your own way, man. It's very specific. And there's a reason why the Noah was the only one that survived it, right?
Yep.
Because the Lord was dealing with him.
One of the 8 persons.
Well, yeah, exactly. It was his household.
His household, yep. Yeah,
This is Matthew 24. I'm starting at the top. Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood,
So before disaster hit, what was happening? Go ahead.
they were eating and drinking,
Eating and drinking.
marrying
What do you see? What do you come down here to downtown to do? What besides if you have a job, obviously, but on your free time at the weekend, you should be at the damn house, right? But what do you hear? You hear eating and drinking, trying to be married, but that's Isaiah 24th chapter.
Yeah.
The Lord taking away the mirth. It's not the same no more. That's why that's that whole American thing. People just want to hang on to any glimmer of hope because that's how cool this place is, man. Jake is literally lined up to vote for DJ Trump, man. Because why? Because he's promising you prosperity, man. Just a promise. Because that's how Esau plays with Jake's zeal, and that's what they're holding on to. It's nothing. Man.
It's so true, and that's why they gotta ramp up this technology because it don't hit no more. The dopamines of society because the workforce is through. You go to if it wasn't through, why do businesses fail? Why did the car cleaning detail place fail?
Yeah.
Wait, they had the best workers in the glory days. Now you got someone reinventing that same business, and they can't get good workers. You like, wait a minute, I paid you X amount of dollars, and my car ain't clean. Or I just started opening up this new restaurant, and I can't get no good chefs to cook my food. Yep. But I'm charging top dollar. Everything is diminishing here, and that's why everything they gotta put virtual goggles on you for you to live and enjoy this world.
Yeah, right. It's because the monetary system, the fiscal policy, all this printed money is what's failing the country, man. Mm-hmm. Everything's too expensive to do. Running a business is literally becoming impossible. Unless you just throw yourself in tons and tons of debt. Because one of the biggest expenses in a business is paying your employees, man.
Yeah, and also what I'm trying to make is there's no skill. There's no skill in the business. Oh, yeah. Everyone is just on their phones, a bunch of morons, idiots walking around. There's no wisdom. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, please. Check.
Matthew 24 and 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came.
Yeah, so they didn't know until it's too late, man. That's the night is far spent. It's that little glimmer of time that we have, because you think about it compared to the time the Lord operates on. I was going to say one day after the Lord is 1,000 years on to us. Right. So literally, it's literally milliseconds, man, in the sight of the Lord, how close you are to disaster, man. And what the majority of the sheep are going to do is they're going to try to rush in at the last minute. It's not going to work, It's not going to work because it never does, man. Because talking about investments and stuff. You want to hop in when it's at peak. You want to buy a stock when it's all at its max height. And then when you buy in, the shit, the floor falls, and then you look in there like, damn, now you owe money, Now you negative. You bought the stock at 100, now it's at 50. Now guess what? You owe money, man. You lost it. You lost the game, man. It's all about timing. Everything's about timing. Time and chance crusade happened up onto us all. Jake's timing is horrible, man. Because what time is he on? He's on his time, man. He's not on the time of the Lord, which was mentioned earlier about measuring time diligently. You're on your own time, and that's why your scale's all fucked up. You think you got more time than what you got,
Right.
Yep, that's facts.
Matthew 24:39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Yep. So that's what them Captain Obvious prophets pull up.
Yep.
Like, bro, it's obviously that's why that's happened when the second chapter is written. It shall speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this anime called Attack on Titan. It's a city built with walls. And the value of the prophet that was telling how important the walls were. His value shot up when the walls got breached. We told you that the walls were. We need to show more appreciation to the walls. This nigga was a noble in the society by the end of the day. So you got, like you said, you got these prophets, these obvious prophets. They're not gonna get the glory. The men of the Lord are gonna get the glory. We're gonna be the ones who are gonna be sought after, and want to ask questions about.
So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Yep. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So it's giving you the pretty much the setting of how he's gonna come in. Same way, same fashion. The Lord is prophesying, right? Go ahead.
It's a lot. You want that in a lot. That's Luke 21.
This is
David a lot.
Yep, get a lot.
That's another Job.
Yeah, you can get disappointed and surprised. But hold that, you can get a lot.
This is Luke 21, Luke 17.
Yep. It's a lot.
Yeah, likewise, also in the days of life.
And that's in Genesis 19. Probably starts off with so.
Yeah, Genesis 18.
Okay.
Yeah. This is St. Luke chapter 17, verse 29. 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all.
Yep. So again, going to that similitude. Again, business as usual. People were buying and selling. That marketplace was still running, man.
Yeah.
Because again, going to when MOTB is made mandatory, it's still going to be, you're going to have green zones. You have areas we can do commerce, man. We can buy and sell. That's what the whole device is about. It's about buying and selling. So people going to be buying and selling what they see hips, man. Trying to get in line. Which good luck with that, because you're going to have, as mentioned earlier too, about hooligans out there waiting for you.
Oh yeah.
Why you got a cart full of shit.
Well, yeah, they're really. I wanted to add on to what you were saying about the shop I made.
Yep.
You had Jake thinks like Jacob's Trouble is just gonna be like in every major city in America. It's just gonna be broken down. All hell's gonna break loose. No, there's gonna be able to a remnants of an order.
Yep.
There's gonna be a class society.
Yep.
A man should desire to go into the city. I want to go there.
Exactly.
They got food over there. There's safety over there. I want to go there.
Yep, and that's always in the movies. It's always a safe place to
There's always apocalyptic movies. There's always somewhere to go, a place of refuge. And really, he's gonna have that place of refuge, but also he's gonna also tap into the intercom of the rebellion and tell them to go places so they can get bombed. It's gonna be war going on still. But the movie Snowpiercer. When you watch the movie Snowpiercer, you ever see that movie, bro?
I seen clips.
They were on the train. And they had the back of the train were all the poor people. Well, and every set of the train was like different classes of society. You know, so that's how it's gonna be in America. The niggas eating black blocks, you know, for food, and then you in the front of the train you had luxurious living going on. Those were people that took the CHIP that bought into this society. That bought. You got billionaires buying into this new order. You know, and you got rich and poor, free and bond. Had to receive the MARK. Those who received the MARK in the back of the train, they got a lower quality of food. That's all it was.
Yep. Get that Job now. What was happening in Sodom and Gomorrah, man? People was going out, being nasty, being freaks, right? And the Lord was so pissed off that he rained fire and brimstone, man. You know, ultimately to lead for an example. That's why extreme things like that happen, because you're supposed to read and look back and say, damn, we shouldn't do that because that's what happened unto us, man. You know, you think people are doing and thinking like that now? Of course not, man. You think the Lord's asleep. He's just, you got other shit to worry about. No, the Lord got to fulfill the words that he spoke. You know, be his servants and prophets, man. Which prophesied so far in America being Babylon the Great, being destroyed, man. Just in that same fashion, all right? Get that Job.
This book of Job, chapter 5, starting at verse 12, and it reads, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Yep, because you're going to, again, this devil's craft is deception, right? Because, again, when people think, it's going to be a big EMP blackout, no, it's going to be all dark and it's going to be end. No, man. If stuff like that happens, it's because it's controlled. Yep. Because you said it, about a city being cut off, that's controlled. That's military orders, man. Yep. That's not random. Think about a civil war. You can't have a civil war without order. So it's gonna be controlled opposition, man. Because just because you got a gun, you can raise war. Esau got all type of guns, but what's that gonna mean in a civil war? You got to be organized. So when Isaiah 19 chapter is gonna be an organized civil war, man. It's not gonna be some nigga, with a gun, whatever, man.
Because what was going on during, exactly. You think I'm gonna be one guy and I'm with an anaconda, everybody's just gonna be following me.
Yeah, no.
You had what was that movie called? You might have 3 or 4 people come together, but organization, nah, that's not real.
Right.
That's controlled opposition.
Exactly. Because how are you gonna communicate? You're at war. First off, who are you fighting? It's how you have to come in agreement with that.
Yeah, like I was telling you with the cell phones. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
There might be, some type of way to receive information on these phones, or some type of broadcast. They're gonna have to be able to herd the sheep some type of way.
Yeah, well, that's what the national emergency alerts.
Exactly.
There was a test a couple years ago about it.
Yeah. You remember now they're able to text your phone.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So certain places are gonna be shut down. Certain cities might get EMP attacked. We're gonna see how the Lord do this thing, but they have to systematically break this place down. During the seabed, they were still building.
Exactly.
Still building bridges. Why do you think now they're trying to get all these? Why are cities around America dying, moving people to other places? Now they trying to spread these highways out for the military vehicles to come in. That's the reason why they having people. They're making conditions so bad in California, where it makes no sense. I can raise a child, a 13-year-old child, to go fix that problem. About the looting and the crime and the homelessness. Anyone can do that. That's not hard to fix. They want it to be like that because they want people. They need people to move.
Exactly. Yeah, they want to. Yeah, that's true. They want to gather people, in a closer spot so they can control them.
That's right.
That's why they cut off the city. The thing about a siege is troops on the outside of the city because why? They want to control everybody on the inside.
Yeah, you have that's what the highways are for the military. You have the I-95, which just goes north to south, and then what now? They're doing the I-85, which that's telling you, with the highway is the I-85. That's why they keep redoing the highway, destroying it because more people they're trying to circle everyone in.
Exactly.
But the highway tells you that's 85% of the population is over here on the East Coast. 95% of the population is over here. the I-40 that goes from east to west. 40% of the population is below that line. You know, they really they keep tabs on people. What do you think the elections are about? You know, to see, you know, where everyone is voting at, what their beliefs are. You know?
Yep, because that's why a major component of this MOTB system is data, man.
Yeah.
You know, information. You need all this information. That's why Esau is able to make these moves and do stuff like that. That's pushing people towards this NWO agenda, man. Matter of fact, read that again. Because you have to ask yourself, like you said, with the read. I'll say my point. Read it.
Yeah.
This is the book of Job, chapter 5, starting from verse 12, and it reads, "He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise."
Yep. So again, these movers of society, man, that control every facet of your life, you know, they have a devious plot, right? And when things happen on the earth, you have to ask, who does this ultimately benefit?
Yeah.
Because everybody's catching all this hell. Nobody's happy about shit, right? So when you have these lockdowns, the CVID, which is an experiment, who did this benefit? It benefited the elite bankers, man. You know, the elite banking families. It didn't help nobody, you know? But who did it help, you know? So again, when stuff happens, these events happen on earth, if it still benefits the elites, that means it's a part of their plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're coming to a point where stuff's gonna happen that's not a part of their plan. Everything
right.
that's happening is still a part of their plan, man.
Yeah. That's why the scriptures always talk about the power shall stand in fear. It's looking at those things that are coming upon the earth. Because there's, like Brother said, there's going to be things like, whoa, that does benefit us. Like, you know, when you play chess and you plan to make an attack, you know, your piece gets took. Like, whoa, that was part of my plan. You know, I needed that piece to execute my plan. Now my plan is in shambles. That's why he's going to get into it. Go ahead, bro. The counsel of the four is going to be carried headlong. Keep on, bro.
In verse 13, "He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong."
Because the Lord is letting them set everything up. You know, we're prisoners of war. So he's going to be like, all right, well, you see the system they set up to keep my people in and keep me out? So I'm gonna systematically break this thing down, little by little, piece by piece. When you see like the revolutionaries, they come to save their prisoners, they cause chaos and commotions in places. You know, there's more than that though. Yeah, there's more. You want me to read it?
I still got it.
Yeah.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 14. "They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night."
Yeah, going to their secret plans, you know. The elites don't disclose to you what they're trying to really do, you know. Unless you have insight, then you can actually see the bigger picture of what's happening, man. He's has you all you people out here as guinea pigs, man. You know, to try to again, because that's what it is called, covert operation. You know, it's covered.
Yeah.
You know, because that's if you knew exactly what you was trying to do, it would have stopped day one, man.
Yeah.
You know.
That's facts though, because really, they have these councils and they run these live action experiments to see if they get the results they want to get. You know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, but they're still trying to figure it out. They have a plan. They're running their experiments, their tests to see if it's gonna work. You know, they got a lot of technology. They can really, you know, but we really don't know why they haven't pushed the button yet. We speculate that they're not ready. You know, if they was ready, you know, that's why the script say they gotta come down with great wrath because they know if they have but a short time. They're gonna have to just come down with the sword because they're not gonna be ready.
Yep.
It's no gimmick, just results. You know, it's not as easy because the thing they're trying to conquer the earth and keep their infrastructure intact. Yahweh Shai is just like, nah, destroy everything. Because even when Yahweh Shai come back, skies, when that earthquake hit, these buildings are gonna fall in major cities, Dubai, those cities are gonna be flattened. We're not gonna need a damn demolition group, you know, to come and the buildings are gonna already be demolitions. So that's why the safest place, no matter if you're in America or not, is to be in the chariots.
That's right.
Because you're in a major city like Dubai, an earthquake is gonna fall. In the likes of like the Turkey scenario, where you're gonna be pulling people out of the rubbish, and we don't know how long we're gonna be on those ships for, where people are gonna be getting pulled out of the rubbish. They're gonna be in all of disarray, and then we're gonna put their asses to work. So that's a way to break down the kingdom. That's how the Lord's gonna do it. He's gonna strike it at its head here in America. Yeah.
This is Job chapter 5, verse 15. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty.
That's right. Read again.
Job 5 and 15. But he saveth the poor from the sword.
Who's that sword? Psalm 17 and 3. It's the wicked, which Malachi 1 and 4 is Esau. You know, Esau is a wicked. Esau is Edom, right? So he saves the poor from the sword, because what the hell we gonna do, man? You know, all these this technology we want to is military technology. You know, these dogs that are robots now. You know, all the drones and cameras, all type of weapons he got. He can literally microwave your shit to death. You don't even know it. You just got a big ass headache. You know, with your 5G child is part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Really, if he saw one or two, just as he castrates the Yeezys of the Kanye West of the world, the Andrew Tate. The funny thing is, everybody knew this nigga's name 2 years ago. I can't remember his name. He's that irrelevant now because they castrated him. They built him up and said, this can happen to any one of you. You know, that was the modern day butt breaking. You know? So here it is. If the Lord didn't have us protected, our phones are tracked, our cars are tracked. This man can really just roll. He can do a one-night attack on all the brothers.
Yep.
You know, really just come and get us out.
Yeah, and justify it. And we got the AI shit now. It'd be a whole movie clip where he got brothers shooting up a school or something.
You know, organized into all these guys that was, you know, like, do whatever.
Right.
And it's funny because the AI technology, how do you think they've been making these movies? You know what I mean? That's just technology that the public is now privy to. So it's like, these AI clips are getting out of hand. What do you mean? What do you think these programmers were doing? How do you think they were programming and creating this CGI technology? It's been like that. It's been like that. I think that was it, right? That was cool. Oh.
Get out, Joe. 20.
It's the book of Job, chapter 20, starting at verse 3, and it reads, I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
Because you're going to the word triumph means victory. You know, so it's short-lived, right? The triumphing of the wicked is not for a long time. It's short-lived.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why, again, we have the confidence that we know, and again, the elites, that's the funny thing. That's why it's called a global reset. It's guaranteed to be a great, you were talking about earlier, a transfer of wealth, you know, which is energy, right?
Yeah,
Currency.
Yeah, it's not but energy.
And that's what the elites think is going to be there end of your being fulfilled. What is really going to happen is the kingdom of Yahweh shall be established, man. You know? That's going to be the changing of realms from evil to good. Right, this is the everlasting kingdom that's gonna play out forever, man. That's the aha moment, man. When Yahweh Shai returns, you know, that's the completion, man. Which the funny thing is, he's already here. When 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I'm in the midst of them.
That's right.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai is already. Really, it's like Yahweh Shai is already moving behind the scenes. Like, because when you, like you said, when you guys save the prisoners of war, it's all a secret. The prison break is coming.
Exactly.
You know, you gotta get the prisoners ready because they gotta do certain things within the system, which is what things that we're doing is preaching the word until the cavalry comes. The cavalry, you know, the warriors come, the angels. You know, it's a brother's got, you know. I talk to brothers off camera. I want to, you know, some Bible study things. I watch some anime. You have a little fun with it.
Yep. Do one more time. And then,
I got something more.
This Job 20:3. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer.
Yep.
Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
Yep, and we're at the end of that moment, man. You know, again, people think the Bible is just fairy tales and folklores, and the Bible is a history book, and it got a whole history of empires that were and are not, man. And so-called America is one of them. You know, beast, the NATO, the EU, right? So-called America being the whore that rides that, you know, it has an end period, man. That's the time we're at right now, man.
Yeah. You have a remnants of ancient Rome. This was Rome. Like, see how the city it was preserved.
Yep.
Even that shit gonna be knocked down. Anything dealing with those, you know, there ain't gonna be no remembrance of this whole world. Not only America, but the world that was before, the world of that. Because really, we're in the fallen world. The world, ever since Adam, is still in this fallen state. Everything is gonna be reestablished and rebuilt. We're not gonna keep a remnants of Media Persian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like when we left Egypt, you know, we're gonna bring shit back to the promised land.
Yeah.
We're not taking nothing, man. Not even our own bodies again.
That's right. This is the Job 4:7 of verse 4 and 8. Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what people took that concept from the Bible was Hinduism about the law of karma. What goes around comes around. The energy you put in is the energy you get out. It comes from the scriptures, man. Because that's how judgment works. You know, it's the same thing with planting seeds. You don't plant an apple seed and you get an orange tree, right? Because that'll be confusion, man.
Yeah.
The Lord says not the author of confusion. So when you do something, the equal consequence comes back, man. In other words, man.
Right. It says, by the blast of Yahweh they perish.
By the blast of Yahweh, by some shot they perish, right? And that blast, missiles, man. Thermonuclear missiles. All this stuff you see, which is going into Peter, 2 Peter, 3rd chapter.
Yes, sir.
It's all going to be dissolved.
Yeah,
we'll finish on that?
Yeah, we'll finish on that. Go ahead. But it says, were you done speaking?
I don't know if you finished the precept.
A little bit more.
Yep.
It says, by the blast of Yahweh they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because again, it's going to the anger. This is the anger of the Lord, right? Which, you know, the world is all feminized and all soft. You know, the Lord's not with all that, man. He's coming real brutal, right? Not keeping nothing PC. You don't care about being polite. You know, when thermonuclear missiles come, there's nothing nice about missiles, man. Right. That's why scripture say, even children, old, young, it don't matter. Yeah. You know, they don't care about, oh, that's a Lamborghini. Oh, that's Travis Scott. Oh, don't give a damn. That's why he made that video about him melting, man. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen brothers use the clip.
The clip of it, yeah. He's fucking melting. You know? So, oh my.
Yeah, no, for real. Sarah Connor, I always mention when you see Sarah Connor, knows that time gets slowed down.
Yep. You can see the details of the bitch just melting.
Yep.
You know?
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing,
right, that
one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Yep, and that's why Ezra got pretty much cursed out by the angel. You can't hasten before the Lord, man. His timing is his timing, right? You're trying to hasten before your maker, man. Just relax, man. We're on the Lord's schedule, on his time. So one day, that's just give you some insight, right, on the time of the Lord. One day is 1,000 years unto us. Imagine that. You know?
Look how much the Lord get done in one day of his time versus 1,000 years of our time.
That's right. That's a heavy.
You know?
Yep. Lord is extremely more productive than your human time. You know?
Facts. We taking naps and whatnot.
Exactly. Exactly.
We done slept a third of that 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was working the whole time. This is it says verse 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise,
yep,
as some men count slackness.
Yep. So slackness mean like loafing, like taking his time.
Yeah.
He's slack, like he's taking his time, so to say.
Yeah, like you got men, they can take account of things. Oh well, this ain't really going nowhere. This ain't nothing really happening in the earth. You know, my account for this is just gonna continue on forever.
Exactly. Yep. And that's what people really think, right? Again, they're measured by their, I was going to say, lean on upon your own understanding. That's what you're thinking that you have time. Again, you don't have time. Even, which we know that it's not going to happen tomorrow, right? You might not have tomorrow, man. I'm going to do something tomorrow. That's what it says in James. Go to ye and say tomorrow we're going to do this and do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we was talking about, when that judgment comes, your car just got pulled in the heavens. It's like,
yep.
Your car just get pulled. Like, oh, it's his turn? Well, what have you been doing? Oh, absolutely not. Well, you might not have tomorrow.
Exactly.
Absolutely not. I'm tired of this person.
Exactly.
Last time we got his report, we gave him grace.
Exactly.
Because the Lord, it ain't like the Lord is, oh, who is this again? No, you got a file. You got a file up there. Everybody know.
That's crazy. And that's why that makes you think about John 17 chapter.
Yeah.
About how shall I vouch for you and mention your name to the Father, man, because without that, the advocate, man, mediator, no one's vouching for you in the heavens, bro.
No, literally, you get that file, and then you like, okay, you look at Esau's court system. Your lawyer be like, okay, he went through his drug program. He's been drug tested every 30 days. He's been clean for 6 months now. He's been going to the AA meetings.
Yep.
All these things. And then Tyrone get fooled. You got anything to say about him? No, just his rap sheet. The lawyer quiet, like. Go ahead, bro.
Speaking of anime, Dragon Ball Z, pretty much they had this character named King Yima, and he pretty much was like the judge on whether or not people got sent to like heaven or hell, and like in that show. And pretty much like everybody that came up, I forgot the name of the one character, but one of them came up and he was like, "Oh hell no!" Nah. Like gave him the stamp, send him to the bottom, man. Ain't no question.
Nah, that's facts though.
That's true. Yep. And that's why the importance of a good name, man.
Yeah, good name. Jake, we got Israel, our people here, the circumcision, they want a name here. You should want a name in the heavens. That shit crazy. Paul I know.
Exactly.
Paul I know.
Yeah.
Al-Shah I know, but who are them? This is 2 Peter 3 and 10. I'm sorry, verse 9 again. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yep, and that all is that number that the Lord has sealed to be delivered, man. That all doesn't mean everybody. Yep. That all is the great multitude, 1/3 and 144,000, man. Mm-hmm. So long suffering towards usward, not to everybody. The Lord didn't destroy the earth when Noah was building the ark. He destroyed it when he was finished building the ark.
That's right.
So that's what the Lord's doing with us, because he has to seal the elect before destruction comes, man.
Yeah, and Jay gotta get put on a level.
Get built up. There you go, man.
Brothers got, that's why it says redeeming the time, because, like I said, you want to make most of the time. And the Lord is faithful that he's not going to put anything through us, that we ain't handle. So the Lord got an algorithm, Where do you think Esau got the idea of an algorithm? This is 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
There it is again.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the earth and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Yep, so here it is. Again, we're coming to the worst time in history that no one really knows about. They might have bits and pieces. They might have that gut feeling like something's not right, but they still can't piece it together, man. Because why? Because the Lord has blinded them, man. He's not dealing with them, man.
Esau is really like shined everything up. Like these new futuristic cars, man, they just shiny.
That's it.
Man, they get scratches on them. You can't buff them out. they can be finished. Get oil stain on them. Like, what the hell? Oil, like, you know, like it's not durable.
Nope, that's it.
You know, this kingdom is not durable. It's not built to last.
Yep, because that's what I was going to say. The fashion of this world passes away. It's just old, man. You know, it's played out. No more, you know, no more tricks. People not buying an iPhone. What iPhone 16 now?
Yeah.
You know, people complaining because every year you're bringing out damn new iPhone.
And
It's the same goddamn phone.
the same phone, the trade-in value. Okay, you get a good trade-in value. They just gonna strip that phone down that you just gave them back and put it to the next ones. They just gonna use that material and use it to create the next ones. So it's like when you think about it, you're really renting this phone. You never own it because you always trade it in and pay more for the next one. So now they got everybody on a $20 monthly subscription for 2 years. So now you're borrowing the resources. You don't own anything. This man Esau, his heart is he's figured it out to just lend everything to you niggas.
Yep.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10, and it reads, "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up."
Yep. So what technology can have the elements melt with fervent heat? You know, going to those particle collashers. You know, going to splitting up atoms, man. Which that was the start of it, but now they got all type of processes to create weapons of mass destruction, which they use nuclear fission now. You know.
Nuclear fusion.
Yep, nuclear fusion, right? Which why is this information? Why is this wisdom on the earth? It's because the Lord has it in Esau's mind to make these things. Was create a smith that blows the coals in the fire.
Yep.
So that ultimately the Lord will perform His will. You know?
Yeah, because like you deal with the Heavenly Father, like we all have our own will, what we want to be done, but it's called willpower. You have to have power to forward your will in the earth. And now Esau has been given power to think that he's going to be able to forward his will when he wants to be done in the earth. But his power doesn't match up with what the Heavenly Father has. And that's how we know the Heavenly Father's will is going to be done.
That's right.
Because he has the power to back it up.
Yep.
This is the Lord don't get tired. And he got resources. The angels got infinite amount of resources.
Yep.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Yep. So we know it's the end of the world. Should we be acting like buffoons and acting like the rest of these dumbasses on the planet Earth right now? Getting into all this type of folly. Do what the hell you want to do, partying like it's 1999. No, man. We should be walking. It says holy conversation and godliness. It goes into our conduct. We should be trying to find favor in the sight of the Lord while we have liberty, man.
That's right.
Because people think we have freedom. You don't have freedom. Freedom means to do what the hell you want to do. Liberty means to do what you're supposed to do. You can live free if you do what you're supposed to do, man. So liberty we have, and we can go out, we talk about downtimes because we're doing what we're supposed to do instead of y'all bashing shine, man.
Yeah, same thing in this society. If you follow the laws of the land, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want.
Exactly.
But as soon as you're a delinquent, you gotta be locked in the cage.
Exactly. Yep.
We ain't here to lock people in cages as our king. We just gonna delete you.
Yep.
Exactly.
You just gotta be taken away. This really like jail. That's torture. Esau.
No mercy,
The
bro.
heathens, they just want to torture people. They got no sense of judgment.
Yep.
We're gonna lock you in this cage and pay you 10 cents an hour. Why are you paying me for? What am I gonna do with my money? You can pay us. We'll give you food.
Yep. That's the loophole for slavery. It makes so much money off throwing niggas in jail, man. Jail's not going nowhere. You got something?
That was actually the way that the amendment was worded. Like, slavery isn't illegal. It's just you can't be a slave unless it's a punishment for a crime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So what you gonna do? Make everybody criminals?
Exactly.
Close out Revelation 1:3.
Okay.
Unless there's more.
Now a little bit more, and then I'll get Revelation 1:3. This is 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh.
Yep. So looking and watching, goes into what? Looking and watching for what? For prophecy, man.
That's right. Like people who do option trading, you gotta know that business you want to invest into. You got people that just buying Bitcoin because it's a trend. It's a trend. Oh, I get money. Yeah. I'm gonna get money, and then they buy late and it fails. You really gotta be looking for the buy-in points. Exactly. And when you look into what's going on in the world, you can see now is the time to buy into the stock of Yahweh by Shema Shai. Exactly. Now is the time to get in. Exactly. This stock right here is undervalued. Exactly. Now is the time to get in before people start to see the value of it. It says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of Yahweh. It says, wherein the heavens being on the fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. It's a question. It's worded like we're looking forward to everything being destroyed, and it's like, of course we are. Absolutely, we're looking for everything to be destroyed. God damn. Hell yeah. It's like, it's great.
Yeah, because whatever you pay attention to, that's what you're invested in. That's all. We're invested in the word of Yahweh Shai, man. Where your eye is, there your heart be also. That's what we're watching, man. Yeah. Same way niggas watching their wallet, we watching prophecy, man, because that is our investment. That's our wallet, man.
Yeah, the Bible is very high level wisdom when you have the insight, because just that scripture, they have a saying where the mind is, the body follows. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. What you're constantly are thinking about, whether it be that's what you attract. That's where you're gonna go. The mind tells the body what to do. So what we thinking about is the kingdom of heaven and pleasing the Lord. So that's what we're gonna command our body to do, even though it's a war, it's a fight. That's the battle. The battlegrounds is the mind, right? So as long as you can win the mind, win the battle of the mind, you're gonna conquer this flesh.
That's right.
And that's what they gotta, that's what you gotta fight. And that's why your attention in which you put your time towards is so important. What are you consuming? What are you feeding your mind?
Right.
You feed your mind via your time. What are you consuming on a day-to-day basis that has you distracted or has you worried? It says, verse 13, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
So that's what we look for. This is the Lord's promise, what he said to us. If the Lord didn't promise us, we wouldn't be looking for it, man. That's why I think, the small hats over there in that land now, because they want to hijack that blessing. That blessing, it belongs on to us, man. The Lord going to put us in that in position of rulership, when the earth is ultimately cleansed and washed after this nuclear soap that's coming, under Yahweh Shai.
That's right. That's why now is the time. That's why we were going into, just the time of everything, because timing is very important. Really, the Lord show you how important timing is in this day. You do things in there's a thing called order with math, right? With a math, truth, right? There's a thing called order of operations. If you want to get down to what the answer is, there's an order of operations to break down the equations. So that's what the Heavenly Father is dealing with, an order of operations on how he's going to bring his word to pass. And Jake waiting too long, or doing things the wrong way, Jake think, okay, I'm just going to wait until I start to see things happen. But no, you actually need to prepare yourself. A lot of Jakes, okay, that might come. If I see proof of it happening, I'll change my life around. But no, that's not how you're supposed to act. This is Revelations 1:3. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things that are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Exactly. Blessed is he that readeth and heareth the words of this prophecy. Because what? The testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. Prophecy, that's where our gold's at, man. That's where our money's at. That's where we put our bet at. which again, this is what Yahweh Shai came to confirm, right? The promises that the Lord promised for the nation of Israel, man, right? So again, blessed is he that readeth, right? Meaning read it with comprehension. You can read all you want, but if you're not absorbing the words, it's not going to do you no good, man. Same with faith, you know, it has to be mixed. It has to be mixed with faith, these words, all right? You know, so again, going to prophecies. It's all about prophecy. That's why all the apostles and elders get into prophecy, because that's what it's all about. You know, of course, not putting wisdom in a box, but as far as our occupation and job, we're supposed to watch for the return and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, right?
Y'all brother got anything? Yeah, I was trying to wait till we close. But yeah, I guess we close out. I mean, I really don't got anything either.
We good with time. It was mad late because of daylight savings.
Yeah, we went out for 2 hours and 30. How long? What's the
2:30.
2:30? Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
All right, yeah.
We'll see what
All right, Con, hey, so with that, the Lord's word is edifying. We want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Shalom.
Shalom to the elect.
Yes, sir.